In 1982, Michael went missing. I'm Jason Horton, and this is Strange Year, Halloween 3, October 1982. When Halloween 3, Season of the Witch hit theaters in 1982, audiences were prepared for another chilling chapter in the saga of Michael Myers. Instead, they found themselves staring at a movie without the masked killer entirely. A bold, creative decision that would ultimately doom the film's box office performance and reputation for decades. It wasn't until years later that the movie's strange, singular vision began to earn the cult appreciation it enjoys today. The film was conceived as part of an ambitious plan to turn Halloween into an anthology series, each installment telling a new horror story centered around the October holiday. John Carpenter and Deborah Hill, weary of repeating themselves after Halloween 2, decided to abandon Myers and the slasher formula in favor of something fresh and bizarre. They enlisted writer Nigel Neal, known for his cerebral British science fiction, and director Tommy Lee Wallace, a Carpenter protege. The result was a film about corporate witchcraft, television mind control, and killer Halloween masks, a blend of techno-horror and dark fairy tale that felt worlds away from the previous entries. The plot followed Dr. Dan Chalice, a small-town physician who stumbles upon a sinister conspiracy by the Silver Shamrock Company, a toy manufacturer that plans to sacrifice children using their Halloween masks and a deadly TV broadcast. The company's founder, Connell Cochran, is a modern warlock combining ancient Celtic magic with modern technology. It was a bold narrative that fused folklore with the paranoia of mass media, wrapped in Carpenter's signature synth-heavy score and eerie atmosphere. Yet, despite its creativity, audiences rejected it immediately. Viewers expecting another Michael Myers slasher were bewildered and angry. Marketing had leaned heavily on the Halloween name, leading people to believe Myers would return. When he didn't, fans and critics alike dismissed the film as confusing and disconnected. It grossed only a fraction of its predecessor's earnings, and the anthology idea was swiftly abandoned. Universal returned to the familiar formula with Halloween 4, resurrecting Myers and erasing any mention of Season of the Witch. For years, Halloween 3 was ridiculed as the franchise's black sheep. The catchy yet sinister Silver Shamrock jingle became a symbol of misplaced ambition and campy horror gone wrong. But time, as it often does, reshaped the narrative. Horror fans began to revisit the film without the weight of expectations, and many found it to be one of the most original and unsettling genre entries of its era. Its themes of corporate greed, mass hypnosis, and media manipulation suddenly felt prophetic. The film's willingness to experiment, to merge pagan ritual with science fiction dystopia, earned newfound respect. By the 2000s, Halloween 3 had undergone a full-fledged reappraisal. Critics began to praise its craftsmanship, its haunting atmosphere, and its willingness to tell a completely different kind of Halloween story. What was once seen as a misstep became a beloved cult classic, celebrated at conventions and screenings each October. Its tagline, "The Night No One Comes Home," once a bitter joke, now feels fitting for a movie that dared to leave home altogether. Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, failed because it wasn't what audiences wanted, but it succeeded in hindsight because it was exactly what the franchise needed at the time. A strange, defiant experiment that refused to play by the rules. What began as the series' biggest failure has become its most fascinating outlier, a misunderstood gem whose magic took decades to work.